Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing okay. Sorry, I've got a bunch of different menus popping up like always. Like always. It never ends. Um, let's see. Sounds good. Thank you, Neuro. I appreciate it. Neuro, I saw that you know, you went super heavy today. I just laughed. I was like, man, he's playing the game. Look at this. He's not even hiding it. Just bam, look at that. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I was like, that's awesome. It's like, good for him. He's playing the game, man. He's playing the game. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get these menus out of the way. This menu, this menu, this menu. All right. What is this? Man, it's messages everywhere. All right, there we go. All right. So obviously we had the big CPI numbers. Uh-oh. Alerting all members. What is this? Oh, the new alerting system better connects you to the markets. There we go. I was like, wait a second. Uh-oh, what's happening? Um, so obviously CP9 numbers were off. A lot of movement. Actually, there was a lot of great movement from it. Um, uh, Hold on one sec, guys. All right. Yeah. So obviously they're not tracking in the right way. There's different opinions where we focus on the year over year. Awesome movement off of it. Yeah, it was bouncing off levels of what we saw. Um, yeah, I mean there were levels we talked about. So everybody in this group should have been able to take advantage of that on the way in. Like I said, it all drove right into levels that we had talked about, and literally it was kind of telegraphed. So we'll see where it goes from now. A lot of news, and again, let's see if there's anything out there. Yeah, a lot of news coming today out of the ECB. So again, we're seeing a little bit more resiliency in the euro dollar. I think that's, I think I'm waiting for some headlines there. I think the euro dollar is about to get a little spicy. A lot of them are talking about we're going to cut and then interest rates soon after. Um, Again, a lot more people to talk over there than what we have in the US, but this is one of the ones here. Unfortunately, I don't have any other information on there. I'm going to have to do some research on it. But, talking about how the drivers of inflation have changed. I'm curious to see what he means by that and what he's saying. Um, Again, this can go a lot of different directions, but I think we may have some really good setups coming up on the euro dollar, and some ping ponging, right? Not that we're gonna, hit like 150 anytime soon, or again, I think parity is probably closer, but I think there could be some really big ping pongs coming from this, just based off of, again, they're given the July timeframe. Again, we're getting close, so it's there. Um, yeah, I just think this is like one of those like hidden little gems. It's like, what do you mean by that? Where are you going with this? Because again, sometimes they give us little, little cookies, little cookie crumbs that we got to chase, and I think that's what we can, where it's coming from. Let me go here. All right. And then Cook obviously confirmed his first black woman on the Federal Reserve Board. Cool, cool. Tomorrow morning we have PPI, which also could be another kind of setup for somewhat of an explosion. Um, Again, not expected to be as high, but again, to think what we were this time last year, again, the yearly figures are important. Again, these fluctuate, but I still don't, if it was a 0 or a 0.1 or something like that, where it's basically flat, that's where I would take it as, okay, it's not getting worse. But again, we were up 1.4%, and then we went up another. I mean, if you keep adding these in there, not that you can add percentages like that, but it's up, and then it's up again, and then we get like another green number and it's up again. Like, we need one of these where like, oh my god, it's much worse than it actually is, right? It just seems like when it's a red number, it misses by a little bit, right? When it's a green number, it seems like it's missing by a lot more. This was double, this one was 0.3, right? This is a 0.2, this is a 0.3. It seems like the misses are much higher than the misses to the top side are much worse than the misses to the downside. So we'll see what it looks like tomorrow morning. But again, the same thing that we saw today. Look for a movement to kind of happen beforehand. Um, you know, I think it's going to be kind of a repeat, is kind of what I'm saying. Now, we do have an oil inventory report tomorrow also. So, again, we are going to, I'm sorry, this morning, right? It's Wednesday. So, we have oil inventory coming in today at 10:30. We didn't talk about it earlier today just because I think the CPI was such a much bigger, um, a much bigger number. It's a much bigger headline. Let me pull this over. I didn't do it before. Just pull it up, ready for go. We actually did have a surplus in oil. I'll put that over there, and we'll save this for the oil section. But we actually did have a bit of a surplus, but oil is up off of it. So again, it's showing you that the overall contagion. In the overnight, um, here was an interesting article too. I haven't gone all the way through it, but Lagarde was talking about the challenges that Europe's going to face coming ahead. Inflation likely to remain high for some time. Net SI purchases should end early, and again, they're saying end early third quarter. Again, that's that kind of July time frame, and normalization will be gradual after the first rate hike. Expectations are at above 2%. Again, kind of things that we know before, but you know, um, now that the pandemic overlaid with Russian war, the Ukraine, they're talking about. I, I don't know what the end game is for that one, but unfortunately, things are getting so out of control with inflation. And here you got Nagel. Again, Nagel making some really. I feel like Nagel is. I feel like Nagel is almost like the Bullard, but for over there. Made some. He's made it some very hawkish comments as well. But the German inflation rate will come in close to 7%. Actually, it came in at 7.2 year over year right now. So again, mandate is 2%. They're what 3.5 times higher than what it should be. So you know I think Nagel is one of the guys to watch for the EU. How many hikes to the end of the year remains to be seen. But again, being a bit more cautious as they should be, right? So yeah, I think I think the euro is going to become a battleground very, very soon. And again, you're already seeing the euro pound drop at about 25, showing a little bit more. Right now, it's pound strength, but I'm wondering if this is preparing for kind of what's coming this summer. Um, so yeah, just keep an eye on that one. It's not a today trade thing, but I do believe that the euro is about to get, as I said, spicy, a little spicy. Okay, let's go into the charts. Where are we at? Right here. Yeah, pull back a little bit. Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar, you can see, and again, it looks crazy on that chart. So an absolute full parabolic move, right? And again, the reason why is because everybody saw that number is like, holy crap, right? Holy crap, sell, 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 and it was an easy buy. So, we had talked about, we missed it by a little tiny bit. We talked about what 69.26. Where did it come at? 69.27. So we missed it by one, but we talked about that buying area coming in. So, again, right now, I would say, listen, look for the top. Everybody that was trying to short it will be getting stopped out rather soon here. There's no major headlines. Like there was no headline basically saying like, oh no, we know it's high, but we're going to do 0.25 next time, right? We didn't get one of those headlines. So I think this is normal. This is every retail trader in the world trying to hit sell on this one after the news. And that's why I went up to stop them all out again. But we are at levels where we are starting to see some, counterplays on it. So, we do know that we have a level sitting kind of up here. And again, this is kind of an old level as well. We've used this level in the past, but it is hiding up right around the 50, as well as we have one at the 61.8. I don't think it really is justified to go that high today, but, it's possible. I mean, 38 pips for one, 97 for the other one. Yeah. So, it's there. I would look for the same exact reversal, right? I think that reversal is coming in, and again, maybe it holds and stabilizes, and then maybe this is setting us up for PPI for tomorrow. So, I think this is purely a retail trap, and again, everybody trying to short it is really what has sent this thing higher to stop everybody out. So, I think the two levels you watch out for here are going to be 70, 71, and then also potentially up here at 71.27. And again, that's the 50% and the 61.8. And the 61.8 is actually held up a little bit better. This is more of a low bounce with an exit. This is a much, much, much stronger one up top. So, but yeah, full parabolic retracement in the Aussie dollar. Aussie yen. Same scenario. We talked about this one as well. This is that old level here. Again, we could use it for the news, but um, Yeah, we mentioned this before. It's kind of sitting in the middle. There could be I mean, I guess you could make a case if you were really looking for a 50 right here. There is one, right? This base, a drop, it pulled back up, and then that was kind of the takeoff point. So if you're looking for a reversal in the Aussie yen, it's not like the Aussie is, I mean, again, gold is probably spiking right now too. Yeah, gold is doing the same type of spike, so that's why we're seeing it. Um, 91.80 would be where the reversal point comes in, and again, this is a high candidate for 1030 reversal today. We do have a level a little bit above that didn't get to, but I think 91.80 is the first area, and again, it's kind of a parabolic move down. Everybody shorting, 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 and then again, this is the counterplay of retail traders. Um, this is the all those retail traders that try to get in after the news. Sorry, right? Sorry. Actually, I'm surprised that the indices are all. I'm surprised that the indices are grappling the way that they did. Um, Shocked they're not worse. I do think the indices should be red today off of that number. Maybe because they're like, oh, it's less than it was before. Inflation has peaked. It's like, I hope they don't believe that. But I do think this one turns and rolls today. 91.80 would be the area I'm looking for. Probably a push. How much of a move is that? Yeah, it's 106. I would say, again, look to get your profit out probably at this level here, right? Would be where you're looking to kind of play like the counter parabolic move, right? Um, right in there, 90.71, right? Right there. All right, you're a pound. You're a pound. Obviously, a bit choppy back and forth. And again, at this point, with cutting back again, we blew through the 50s. 23s are not there. We really don't need fibs at this point. I think marking off the top and the bottom is probably better. Um, I'd say right now, again, this 85.10 is still kind of where I'm looking for this to break. Unfortunately, the comments we keep getting are all kind of Euro positive, right? They're all kind of Euro positive right now. There is some buyers sitting right here as well, but I'm okay with that. If it hits this level and bounces higher, great, so be it. I'd like it to hit one or two more times. We know that it's already been pushed, but there's a racetrack lower here that I'm definitely looking for. So again, we do have an alert. It is live right now at 85.10. Again, we're looking for a break of that. If it comes in basis in here, even better. I think that's an even better scenario. But obviously, right now, we got a little bit more room to run. Not much, right? We're only talking about 10, 15 pips to that level, about 20 pips to the alert. I think either of those two are fine to the downside. All right. So 85.10 break, looking for that one to run down to probably 84.38 is where we're looking for that to eventually push to. Euro, yen. So Euro gotten a little bit of a pop and pulling back. If we take, and again, it's an interesting spot. I mean, this is a I would say, I don't know, non-conventional way to draw fibs, but it's basically inside of the channel. You can see that we're really kind of, again, we kind of pushed in the bottom third and then found some longs. And once we get kind of to the top of the third, I'm not going to change the percentages, but if I mark this off and say, okay, listen, there's kind of the top third, you know, there's kind of the bottom third. Whoops, right, right, right about there. You can see that every time we keep reaching out of that middle area, we start to reverse again. So um, I'd like to see this get some type of true direction and trend. Um, Unfortunately, I don't love this area. It is kind of a test of prior levels. Um, I would say, let's see, is this worth the trade? 70. I'd say anybody that's looking to get short this position, and you could have, right? Let's see. Um, yeah, it's a 61.8. If you are short this one, make sure that you are out down here at 136.89, right? And again, there is a zone there. It's not my favorite type of setup on it, but again, parabolic move straight up into this level. It's more set up for a reversal back down again. So I would say that this is probably, and it's a decent runner. I mean, it's about 50 pips back down, but I think your yen gets is able to get down here over 136.88 today. And again, it's just a parabolic move. There are levels. I don't like how they're drawn. They are there. Not my favorite way to draw them, so I'm not going to put one on. But again, understand that it is between the 50, 61.8 level. They are in the right area, and again, this is tends to be what reversals look like. Okay, euro dollar. Come on, you can do it. You can load. So there's our euro dollar, and again, this is showing the 105 level. Again, that's why we have it there. The 105 level tends to be the it's the point, man. It's the point. We made it down to 105,018. So I missed it by less than 2 pips, right? That 105 number. And it reversed back up. So kind of the same thing. We know people are up top. Again, the aggressive entry, we've already kind of hit it one time, but we know the aggressive entry on this one. I'll turn this one orange, right? Orange is 105.88. The conservative entry, again, that is the confirm one up top, is 105.98. To short, to kind of roll it back down again. And I do think it's probably justified to kind of roll that way. Um, I don't think that's necessarily the worst area. I'm okay with this channel, the 106 to 105 channel. We really don't have any news that can drive it. I mean, there's nothing really earth shattering right now that can drive it out. Maybe, like I said, it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to raise interest rate at a continued rate. And then the ECB says, yeah, we're going to raise it too. Everybody's going to do it, right? If there's nothing, again, it's more balanced at this point. But again, still playing that channel back and forth. Yeah, I mean, 105 is going to be a big number. I've said it before. 105 is that number that once it breaks below, you start getting every article. Like everybody has an article keyed up, right? Like maybe I should do this too. I should write an article on parity and just save it, and then once it's at 105, just send it. Just full send. I feel like everybody has one of those written. It's the same article every time. It's just written by different people, but it's like 105 parity, 105 parity, right? It's like an if this then that, right? If it hits 105, you send your article for parity. So it's got to break through. There's not a lot of amazing headlines right now. I'm actually okay with it pulling back up. I kind of like for it to. I mean, how much room do we got? 30 and 48. If we can get stuck up high here, kind of like how we were earlier, right? I think this could be an overnight short because I do think the PPI numbers are going to come in a little bit off as well. I mean, people are probably expecting that, but can we get an initial reaction straight down? Sure, we could, right? I don't think that's a bad idea. Kind of the same thinking today that, hey, listen, CPI is probably going to be bad, right? Not bad, but like, higher than expected. It just shot it straight down. I think that's kind of the same setup tomorrow. So I think the euro dollar could be a really great one to play that on. And again, it's at 8:30, so start looking at 8 o'clock and see if we've found a new base or we're floating near one of these two levels, the aggressive or the conservative, and it could be a really great short again. A little quick easy one tomorrow morning. Pound yen. So pound yen, we talked about 160 being the big deal, and obviously there was a level below. We had it marked from way back here, back in April. We broke through the 160 ever so slightly, all the way down to 159.92, so 8 pips below. And again, that happened at 7 o'clock this morning, so kind of washed the European session out, and then we pulled back up again. So there are some levels that I think we should talk about. There is one level sitting right here, and again, right now this is probably. I don't think there's anything ECB. I was looking for any BOE data, and I don't think there's anything in there. Let's see. Pound low. Give it to me. Yeah, nothing. I was trying to see if there's any like hidden news or something or some minor thing. I'd say there's one level here, and again, it's a decent top. I mean, as much movement we've had since 7 o'clock, could be worth a rollover. Sure, it's not bad. The 50, there's not. There's one level up top. I like the way that this one formed. I like it better than the way this one formed. It is a two. It is a two top base, and kind of right there, right? 161.96. Right? 161.96. Those would be the two: 161.34, 161.96 for reversal levels. Again, a lot of this is yen movement right now, but I think again, this is. Let's see how much we got. Yeah, 140 in 2.5 hours. It's a lot of movement. A lot of movement. So we'll see if we can get some help with the yen there. And again, could this be a 1030 reversal? Sure. It's not really. I mean, the yen is kind of, but it's not necessarily the ideal candidate for 1030 reversals. But they're both there. Unfortunately, this one is not really in the range of. I don't know. Let's see. Is it? Will it qualify for the 50? Yeah, it's a 61. It's a 61.8 if you take the most recent high. And again, if basically what you're doing here is this is obviously no trend in here, but if you take the most recent trend down, down here, pull back down, and then it kind of stabilized it's reversing that trend now. It does, that 61.34 does come up right at the 61.8. So it's not a bad level. It's not a bad level. I'd like to see more of a confirmation off of it, not a first hit. So I'd like to see it pull back and then touch it and then head back down again. And, if you are going to get short from that level, I think, profit right there is probably which is where you're looking for it, right? Right there. Okay. Now, pound dollar. Pound dollar just, it's funny. It came off this level at 5 o'clock this morning, shot straight down. CPI really drove it down. And again, it's well beyond the 1 to 3. Um, there's your 1 to 3. Now it's come back up again and give us another opportunity. Again, is a lot of this kind of a retail trader kind of grab? Yeah, it is. And we've mentioned that, we had a level here, right? Right. There's the green, there's the cut touch. So it's turning where it should turn, right? It's absolutely turning where it should turn. Do we get the reversal now? As everybody washed out of this one that tried to short this position? Probably. Most likely, everybody's out now. But the question is, do you take it again? This would be hit number 3, hit number 4. It's a lower quality trade whenever we start talking about 3s and 4s. So, eh. Does that mean it's horrible? No. Is it the best? Also, no. Um, but if you're looking for setups, I mean, this is what we're looking for: reversals off of levels like this. So, not a horrible type position. Coffee. But yeah, the trade was really in the overnight, and then playing the CPI down. So, but this is a quality, a candidate for a parabolic retracement, but it's already done at this point. So, yeah, and now you're seeing it drop again a second time. Dollar CAD. So there's dollar CAD. Nadex presentation. We talked about this level, right? There was a top up here. It was confirmed, and look at that, full retracement back again. Rather short succession. Yeah, 845 is right here. This is where we opened with the Nadex presentation. We talked about dollar CAD. Um, would I say that this is the ideal parabolic move? Not really. I mean, it's an okay level. It was tested. It was kind of minor. I am shocked it actually went through the zone, but again, we may be getting a bit reversal down. Last I checked, yeah, oil's up 5%, right? Oil's up $5 today, which this is something that we have talked about recently, about, oil strength coming back into the market and it actually providing strength to the CAD. We talked about how dollar CAD is kind of a little bit more challenging of a play right now, just because, again, we have strong dollar. We do have strong CAD as well. And again, oil comes back on strong again. It's kind of given like I don't know, it's like a bonus point, right? It's like a bonus point for the CAD. Um, and that's kind of what we're seeing. I think if oil turns and rolls, I mean, we'll see what it does with inventory today. Um, you know, Depending on what happens with the inventory report, again, that could turn this thing around and shoot it right back up again. Again, there's expected to be a surplus, and we're seeing oil rise, so it's kind of setting itself up for more of a short today. But we'll check it on the lower time frames in a little bit. But yeah, so very very fast. I'm actually, again, it followed the rules. I mean, it went right back up into a 30-minute level and then turned and stopped. So I mean, it did it, but I think this would have been a little bit more of an aggressive parabolic retracement move. So we will see. See, I'll pull this one off. I don't need this one anymore. Now I'm curious to see if we run this from, whoops, where potential areas would be. Yeah, there's an area there. That's what I was looking at. I was wondering. I was looking at this like, it's coming right in here. I don't need that anymore. Pulling these targets off, and again, that's still, whoops. Listen. Um, right there. Yeah. So probably here. Let's say 128.82. Again, 50%. It is a level, and it is confirmed. And it just happens to be that it did exactly line up on a 50 from bottom to top. So not a bad one. I would say that's probably target first. Actually, with the way this dropping, if we can base in here, probably target first. Right, change it to black, and then look for a confirmation bounce off 128.83. Go to dollar Swiss. All right, so dollar Swiss. Look at this. This is the one that I want to go to parity, and every time I'm like, "Yep, going, it's going." It flips around and just disappoints me again. Anyway, here is how you would draw the top. Again, a lot of confirmation off of it. So again, it did turn how it's where it was supposed to. Um, 68 pips down. So again, yeah, these are wild moves for the dollar Swiss. It was more than an ATR up, and then more than an ATR right back down again, and we're exactly where we're starting from. So, let's move these. Let's move these. Let's see where the same there, which I don't really love. Don't really love a lot of these. I mean, again, one, two, three, four is what broke. These technically two are broke. I wish we had a good zone over here. Hmm. How much space is that? 32. Hmm. I guess there's a 61-8 play in this one. Hmm. Honestly, besides that, I don't really like this here. I'd love to be able to set up like a Harry Potter, but I feel like there'll be somebody that steps in here, but I can't really draw any risk level off of it. It is a 50 right above it. I mean, the 50 is not in an area where it really helps us, right? It doesn't really give us any idea of anything. I mean, obviously, buyers have stepped in here, launched it up, right? Buyers stepped in at the same exact spot, launched it up again. So we know that there's something going on there. Um, Problem is, there will be people that step into the 50 on this one. So it's like, not the ideal opportunity, right? But I'm kind of hoping this finds some buyers in here, and there are buyers here, right? I mean, there are buyers here. I'd love for this to be the reversal point, and um, man, I wish this was a better zone. I'd love to be able to find a place to go long on this one, but again, with PPI tomorrow, maybe this gives us a good level to go long. And again, we do the same exact thing. Again, this was a 530 reversal into a level that we had before with a little bit of testing. It was a good, again, was a great CPI trade. And again, it was a great parabolic retracement trade. Again, 30-minute level that was tested with sellers up there. And again, the session open got everybody at 9 o'clock. And yeah, they should be washed out now. This one technically should be going higher. So I was wondering, like, was there a headline that I missed? Did somebody say, nope, it's only going to be 0.25, right? Let's put this back on all. Bonds. Where's Biden speaking at? Oh, due to speak about inflation at the White House. Okay. I love when Biden speaks about. I feel like Biden should speak on technology. Like, I'm waiting for the speech on Biden speaking about, the algorithms that Facebook uses. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, but so how funny is this? Right. And this is what I'm talking about. I know, like, I get a little bit charged up sometimes. The president of the most powerful country in the world is speaking on inflation, which is the number one, again, his number one domestic problem right now, and the thing that is the bane in everybody's side right now. It's only considered a minor impact news, right? Yeah, low impact expected. Um, Again, he is the most powerful man in the world, right? Technically, right now, right? He's the leader of the largest nation, most powerful nation, largest GDP nation in the world. And him speaking about inflation, which is the number one global issue right now, and it's considered low impact. So yeah. So we'll see. Maybe that's yeah. We'll see what we can get out of that one. We'll see. Maybe he provides a little bit of a boom, but yeah, that's about the only thing that can help this one right now. And again, we'll see if this positioning for PPI. Like I said, I think the same setup is there. I think we go long PPI before the news tomorrow. See what the Europeans do with it if they send it down or up ahead of time. Should telegraph what that number is because not like the data is not pre-released, but again, the Europeans should show us the way to go. Um, well, I drew this one for Nadex, talking about if you're looking for reversal, this is a purely parabolic retracement base move. And yeah, there's 130.76, and I drew it down, and really the full profit target down should be here. And yeah, we're kind of on our way, but it's close. It's close in an hour. How much of a movement is that? 70 pips. Actually went as far as 80 pips instantaneously. So yeah, yeah, great run up, and yeah, this will be one of those ones that I should clip on the Nadex's YouTube page, right? We nailed that one and said, yep, there's one right there. It's a 23.6. It is a reversal. Take all feelings out of it. It's a short. And there you go. It was a short. So I don't know if anybody grabbed that one or not. Obviously, I can't. It's hard for me to trade this, like things like this in the morning. I'm jumping between the webinars. Um, this is like the one main reason why I love the webinars. I love sharing with you guys. I love doing the analysis and joking around and everything with you guys. But this is the one thing that it's kind of like, yeah, it does hurt me, being, juggling with software and stuff like that in between two webinars. Because it's like, yeah, look at that. Nice move. So again, you guys can hopefully you guys benefited from that one. So, but yeah, I would say right now, again, we've bounced off of it. We pushed about 3/4 of the way through. If you're going to use that 129.68 again, be a little bit more cautious. It did come lower the second time in, which means there was a reestablishment of some buyers, but it has pushed pretty deeply in there, about 60-70% of the way in. And again, I think overall, I I I don't think it's justified, but the next time it does come back down to this 128.78, it's the bottom of the bottom of our draw, would be the next area of buyers. So yeah, yeah, go Team Madix on this one. Looks like Bitcoin trying to rally back up again. Yeah, Bitcoin had that big parabolic move as well. Ethereum, same thing, not quite as high. And where's Doji? Doji's still down 10%. Poor Doji coin, down at 9 cents. So somebody please call James and check on James. Yeah, I'm sure that again, everybody that buried their head in the sand here at 7 was like, "Oh God, please come back up, please come back. I promise I'll never do this again." And now they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe I won't do it again today." Right? But again, 9 cents. It's normally like 14, so not I don't know. Maybe it's due for another Elon tweet, right? Like every time I feel like it drops, he tweets, right? We'll go there. So let's see. Again, oil. Come on, you can load. All right. So oil did take a little bit of a bounce off this 104.91, and you can see that it's already gone through. I believe it's done actually. Let's see. Did it complete fully? 1 to 3 would have been. Yep, 1 to 3 is right there. Whoops, 2.9. 1 to 3 is right. Well, there's 1 to 3.1, and it went past that. So yeah, the setup, the 104.19 that we talked about yesterday, it's already completed. It completed this morning at about 7. Initiated at 7:30 this morning and pulled back. So again, 104 was good. That was hit number. I guess that was 2. This is 3. Depends on this one. Really, at this point, there's not a whole lot holding us back. Like I said, 105. I don't know why I have 105.83 up there. Anyway, looks like we don't have a whole lot of sellers coming in this area up, until a lot higher, coming in at like 107. I'll just turn this one blue, or actually, let's do this yellow. Looks like again, sellers coming in at 107.13. If you look at the API oil report, right, there was expected to be a slight down draw, and it came in at 1.6 surplus. Now, again, remember the API report is not 100% accurate. If they are not truthful, again, there's no repercussions for reporting the wrong data. But again, they're still trying to maintain some sense of credibility in this one, but expected to be a surplus. And we are seeing oil continue to kind of, continuing to rise higher. What I don't like about this one is again we like the level at 104.19. That trade is done and out, so we got to move on. There's not a whole lot in here until we really get back up. I mean, I would say, conservatively, I mean, the 61.8 is conservatively kind of where these candles rolled. 106.54, that's $1.50. Oil inventory can absolutely pop $1.50. Right now, looking at this, I mean, I can tell you right now, even on a 5-minute chart. Come on, you can load 5 minutes. Come on, you can do it. You can see right now, it almost kind of on a 5-minute is Harry Potter and off that zone. I wouldn't say that on the 5-minute we're seeing any type of level of stabilization. And again, it is the 50, so there will be people looking for that one. But this is what we're again. The dark black line is a 50. Not really a whole lot of high quality sellers in there until we get really up top. And again, if I need to adjust this, I'd say that again conservatively probably in here, right? Conservatively in here. This is where we're at right now. This. Okay. So yeah, it's the 50%, a little tiny 5-minute zone. Right now, it's looking like it has the power to go up, right? Looking like we got an up in this one. And again, as far as the news release date, how we trade the news. Right now, there's no stabilization. There's nothing we can do with it right now. So I mean, right now it's pulling back and bouncing off of a level higher. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I just again got to be cautious with it. Look, the forecast here is -1 down. Again, it was minus 0.45. So the actual industry specific report is actually supposed to be more of a down draw than what they reported, and it came in positive. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not. We can't set up the news trade yet. It is a bit early, and unfortunately, it's not pausing yet, and it's popping through. Natural gas. All right. So natural gas. I was kind of hoping. Oops. Natural gas is not going to like a 5 minute chart. Trading View is like, you want me to do what with 5 minutes on natural gas? Are you kidding me? Come on. There we go. So this is where we're at with natural gas. I don't need that level. So as you can see, we drew a level and we kind of bounced off of it. It based again, bounced again, it was basing again, and then kind of did the Harry Potter to the top side of it. It's stabilizing. I mentioned this one yesterday that there is a 50% up there. There's no indication that we do have sellers up there beyond the 50%. So again, it doesn't kind of meet the qualifications for me as a great sell area. Again, it's using this old level, and we've hit it. And again, really did some chopping back and forth. It was a brawl, right? It was a brawl fighting through and basing, and then it's like, okay, yeah, 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 and then it finally broke out the top side. But I mean, as far as there being legitimate buyers and sellers there, sure, there absolutely was. It was an absolute battle in here, right? Now it's pushed higher, and now the 50 is kind of doing that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on, come on, come on. But there's really no true supply and demand, so it's really just you know it's purely from a 50% level. Question is, are the buyer or are the sellers going to get exhausted from this one? Are the buyers going to get exhausted? I mean, it may actually be more of a buyer because remember, buyers, 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 buyers. They finally broke through. Yes. But they pulled back to grab more buyers. Yes. They had to pull back deeper to find more buyers. Yes. And it's like, oh God, they're doing it again. And then we finally punched through and they're looking for more again. Question is, how strong are these buyers want to continue to push this? I mean, it's obviously being fought a ton on the way up. We know we really don't have any major selling until we get all the way back up here to 819. So you know, will there be people coming in over here at the 61.8? Yeah, right below the 61.8, there will be some people coming in as well. But we're kind of in that racetrack area right now. There's really no, and again, that 61.8, look, $8. So, question is, can we really hold back this onslaught, or is the 50% going to be able to hold? I mean, big money is saying that there's not really a whole lot in here. It seems like as soon as this group of sellers fold, again, this could be purely algorithmic traders, right? Purely computers trading against this one. As soon as they say, all right, you know what? Never mind. Is there anything that holds this back from jumping 40 cents up to $8? Supply and demand tells us no. So, play this one how you may. I don't necessarily like this one for a short. It's not ready for a long yet, but I think it's not far from it. And again, it could be any number of headlines, something Russia based. I don't know. It could be something in the United States. Like I said, maybe Biden talks about inflation, about how it's all in the energies, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Natural gas is the weird one because although we have tons of natural gas here, most of it is spoken for, and we can't even bring any more online until really from 2 years from now. Biden has made comments about, well, we have these permits. It's like, well, they're permits for fields. There's nothing there. It would take 2 years to build something there to where we could bring more online. And we can sell NG, but it's kind of like if we're gonna have to break contracts with other countries to send it to Europe. So, um, that is not the way to win allies, is breaking contracts for natural gas to the countries. So I don't know. Could there be movement with it? Yeah. Am I ready to go short with it? No. Am I ready to go long? Not yet. Um, we'll see. Like I said, this old level here, we're going to leave it on, and I guess we can adjust it a little bit. But again, if it pulls back, if it needs more, just like it did here, right? It pulled back. Oh God, not enough. We needed to pull back deeper. If it starts pulling back down again, the same buyers and sellers are going to get into this game again and be like, nope, it's time to sell. And if you look at this right here, there is a racetrack sitting right there. So, that would be a break below 715. So, got some runs in both directions in natural gas. Gold. So gold took that initial crush, right? I don't know why I had this up here. Let me remove this. Gold had an initial crush, and then everybody and their brother trying to sell it because it's like, oh God, that's it, go short, and that's how they had to stop everybody out. And now it's pulling back. Like I said, I'm kind of cool. I kind of hope that it stays up here because then we can do the same thing again with PPI. This may even be one of those ones you look for the overnight, depending on again how much movement we have. Maybe checking in the morning, right? Europeans sent this one higher. Actually, I guess Europeans were there, so they were a little bit late to it, right? Europeans sent it up at 5:30. It was at a reversal point. CPI came in, spiked it down. Everybody that tried to sell gold because, oh God, this is so high, they're going to raise interest rates, boom, got stopped out. And now it's starting to push back down. So I'd say probably for the day, we see this roll back down. I would say that potential areas for bounces probably in here, right? Again, it's been confirmed twice now, so we know that we have some buyers in. If you're looking to get long gold, I would say that that would be the area to do it. Um, Again, tomorrow morning, PPI, also great inflation reading. Could be a great little setup. So, for me, for gold, the news is out. There's the counterplay against it, and now it's kind of retracing back down to where it should be. But I think 1834 is kind of really a nice number to look for today. Silver. All right, so silver's pulling away. Again, this one did a parabolic move as well. We can box this off and kind of give it some credence to the bottom. It did. It gave us a confirmation entry higher, and then CPI crushed it down. And now it's rallying back up, and you can see that it's already starting to turn around. And there's a level basing right here, right? There's your basing level, and again, this is 22, right? There's your confirmation of it, and that's literally what we just ran off of now. So most likely, what is happening on this one is we got the nice push, right? We got the news trading out. We reversed all the news traders that got short after they heard the news, and now it's running into the sellers up top, and it's going to power back down again. So, if anything, I'd say we probably come back down to here. I don't know if I take it long off of that one. Um, I don't know. I feel like if we start to base here, that's where we're going to tag the 21, which is this level right here, right? That's the next level right there. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. Let's see if oil's slowing down yet. Oil. Let's see. 5 minutes. We do have some pullback there. It is 10:16, so we're getting close. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, even on the 1 minute, you can see that we have this level here, right? It's been pretty rock solid. Again, not really penetrating deep in it. And kind of a pause here, but this is at like 9:45, 9:50, a little bit early for the news trading, right? Hmm. I'd like to see more stabilization. Again, this is all like 10:05 in the same level. Not really what we're looking for. We're looking for more close proximity. This one is kind of boxed in, though. I mean, if we want to take 1 minute levels, and again, that's typically what we're looking for news for oil, we are kind of smashed in. I would kind of like it. I would like it to break through. Again, every hit of it is more weakness. So this should be more about this. Yeah, I think we need a couple more minutes. Like I said, it's not giving us the telltale signs how we like them yet. So not quite there. Let's check VIX. Let's see what VIX is doing. I don't need a 1 minute VIX. Let's go to 15. Yeah, that's what it should do. Like I said, news is out, right? It spiked up before news. News is out, so it should remove it back down again, which is good. I mean, it's down 3% from where we closed. I'm actually surprised it didn't get right down to the 32. It went lower than I actually thought on this one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. While it's heartening to see that the inflation moderated in April, the fact remains that inflation is unacceptably high. Let's see. This starts at the Fed. Oh, he's already passing the buck. Oh, they're just talking about Cook. Okay. The urge the Senate to confirm remaining nominees without delay. While I'll never interfere with the Fed's independence, I believe we built a strong economic. There you go. Unacceptably high. Um, he's confident the Feds will do his job. Well, he has to because he put all the nominees in there. So if he said he was not confident, then he has to remove Powell, which he's not going to do, and he's not gonna murder Bernard's career. So So I wonder, did they move it up? Let's see. Is he still speaking at 2:30? Yeah, he's still speaking at 2:30. So it's probably going to be the same stuff. So here's a statement. This is what he's going to say. If you guys want to read it, just click it here, and you can read the full story. April's pullback. Oh wait, that's the list. That's the soaring inflation thing. It pulled back, but hold on. What was that shopping spree thing? Um, but hold off on a shopping spree. Overall prices are still high. And halted 5 straight months of fresh highs. So we've had a little bit of a pullback, but you guys know what happens. You buy on the pullback, right? So yeah, it's not quite there. I was trying to see if he gave us any more. It's funny that that's already surpassed him. Um, so yeah, that's the only thing so far. We'll read it in here, but you know, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but as I said yesterday, inflation is a challenge for families across the country, and bringing it down is my top economic priority. He's added economic in there. Yesterday, he said it was his top domestic priority. If you guys remember what I said yesterday, that it's interesting that, you know, it's acceptable suddenly that we have a leak in the Supreme Court of internal court documents. And we're not talking about that. But the entire, Supreme Court potentially reversing things with Roe versus Wade, that is the biggest hot button right now in the United States. And he changed this from domestic priority to economic priority because, again, he got so much flack because of it. So it just goes to show you that the guys that write these speeches, they're not always you know, they don't always have their finger on the pulse right away, but they check it really, really fast. So he changed it from, again, what he said yesterday was domestic, not economic. Now it's economic because, again, oh God, how do we position ourselves to get the most votes? So yeah. All right, let's see. Has oil helped us at all a little bit? Let's see. No, it has not. It's still trying. I was really hoping we'd have this stabilize a bit. It's trying. Oops, I want to move that. Yeah, I'm wondering if this was the trade at 10 o'clock. I mean 10 or 10:05. That's a bit early for the trade. Um, Unfortunately, that may have been it. Where's the 1 to 3? There's the 1 to 3. Back in 9 minutes, we may actually push all the way through that already. I feel like that was the trade this morning. We'll see. We'll come back in a few minutes. Um, hmm. Normally, this is our time frame right here, like 10:10 to 10:20, here to really there. That's where we're looking for the stabilization, and not getting it. The stabilization was here. Yeah, I feel like this one's gonna be done before it even comes in. All right, let's check out the indices and see what if we would have had anything at the open. As you can see, a lot of volatility back and forth. Um, Unfortunately, CPI sent this sucker down, and then look at it. It was at a 23, right? 23 got blown up. Let's bring this down to a 5 and check this one out. So 845, 930 was here. It actually did a pullback off that level. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, there was no level there. Again, we talked about this being the 23.6. It was where it was kind of sitting right now as a level that people would have been looking to get this one short. Again, with really, really bad news. But again, it ended up punching through that and using that same level to go long. As you can see, the 930 was here. I'm curious. Yeah, the 930 literally pulled right back. Look at that. 930 pulled back and tagged the 50. Look at that off the open. Again, a little harder to see there, but you can see the wick over wick. But yeah, look at that. Actually, this should be adjusted just a little bit. Right there. So yeah, look at that. 1 to 3 off of 50% retracement off of a supply zone right there. So yeah, so there was looks like there was one setup thus far. Okay. Let's see. Let's bring this back up to 15. Although, all right, I'm gonna say this right now. There is a zone right here, right? Right. Um. Hmm, hmm. I would say that this is kind of set up for somewhat of a 10:30 reversal. Again, Biden speaking, giving speeches and stuff like that may add a little kind of flavor to this one, but man, this is so whippy. Look at this. Straight down, straight up, straight whip back again, and then straight up again. Wow. Um, it's such a tiny level, and it's part of this. Unfortunately, it's part of that, right? Um, I'm looking for. I'm going to say there's a reversal somewhere in this little area up here around 40.50. Again, yes, this is a new level. It's strong off of that. So, I mean, I feel like the aggressive entry on it would be 40.43, but it is part of this grander piece here. And again, we can see this other, the other level up top. So, yeah, there's this one here, right? This lower one here. But it's part of this overall piece, right? It's part of the overall yellow and red. So yeah, I would just say this whole area up top has got me, feeling, short. Um, especially at 10:30, you know. Huge push down. No, no, everything's great. And then we could roll back down again. It's not bad. I'd really like to find a decent top on it though. But anyway, I would say yeah, if you guys can find it just a little bit more, I think there's a nice little short in here. Obviously there was that little 50% off the open. It was very very fast. It was a supply zone on a 50%. You had to go to a low time frame to find it, just because there was so much volatility at the time. But it did go. It's 1 to 3. Um, NQ. Let's see. Again, we so much chop back and forth. Let's see. Yeah, this one actually did. This pulled the bottom level here. And there's your 930. So 930 itself was, again, it probably had that same pop. Let's see. I bet you it had the same pop. I don't think it made it all the way back though. Yeah, here was the pop. There you go. Same pop, right? Same pop. There's your 1 to 3. Had you taken kind of the reversal at 937 from the low level, again, there's your out on 1. Here is your out on 2. Right there. So you can see it's out in both directions. So yeah, nice little run there. I would say right now, again, this is a 1 minute chart, so it's a little bit small, but I can tell you already, you can see that there's a level right here. I don't really care about the 78. Once that's out, I'm not as concerned about it anymore. But we are kind of close to it. Let's go down to a 5. Yeah, let's go to a 15. And again, we already know this is a zone. It's already been hit before, but if you're looking for, more of a kind of consistent place to short, I would say up here at 112.51. Okay. Let's check oil. Looks like oil's pulling back a little bit. Man, look at that. Straight down, straight up, and then chop, 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 chop. All right, we got 3 minutes. Let's see what oil's doing. Looks like it's pulling back. Yeah, it's pulling back. I can tell you right now, with that big of a red candle, yeah, look, it pulled right back into that zone. Whoops. It's pulling right back into that zone, right? It pulled right back into that zone, but look at this. There's no stabilization. So remember, for the 35 and 1 strategy, we're typically looking for price to halt, right? We're looking for a couple minutes where it halts, where this is a halt. This is a halt. We're not really necessarily getting the halt. So that's the one thing that kind of is not my favorite part of this one. But again, it did minutes before pull back into a level. Again, it's already been up 2/3 of the way. So take it for what it's worth. I don't love it because again, it hasn't done that stall like we typically like. So it's trying like heck though. It's trying like heck. We got 2 more minutes. Let's see. Let's get it ready. Okay, there we go. It's not there yet, but it would be funny if it came in. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's roll through. Let's go down to NQ real fast. Oh, NQ is one we just drew. Yeah, we did NQ. YM. So YM, we mentioned that again was really at the biggest risk today. But we mentioned that it was it was the strongest of all of them, and depending how they were going to take it, I would say right now YM is really kind of pulled all the way back. We do know that we have a level up top. I think we need to watch out for this level right here. And again, we already dinged it once. It was a profit target before it turned and rolled off of it, and that's at 32,593. Obviously, the buyers down below here, again, they're still sitting there. That's exactly what we bounced off of and reversed at 845. I mean, literally, it drew it right into here with CPI and then turned and parabolic move straight back up again. Um, I don't know that this holds us. I don't think that this holds us right now. Mm, yeah, I think we wait. I will say this. I do think we could get a front run right off this piece right here. Right? I do think we could get some type of a front run piece right from that. Um, but besides that, I think you wait till 32,593. Wait for this to push up, and maybe we hit lunchtime and then roll back down again. Um, it's not bad. Oh, looks like oil number came in not good. Let's see. What is oil today? Whoa! Whoa! Wow, they said a 1.6, right? 1.6 build. Whoa. That's a 9 million barrel difference in there. So maybe that's why we never got our stabilization today because they knew that the number was completely off. Wow. Look at that. 8.5. Good thing that, wow, let's see. Oil should, what did it do off of this? Yeah. Actually, I'm surprised it didn't have more movement off of that one. Hmm. Yeah, so maybe it was the top piece. It was, but again, there's no real hold there. I wouldn't really consider that a hold. So yeah, so we were looking for this to punch higher, right? Again, we got off this level of basing, we got about 2/3 of the way through, right? And then it drove straight back down again. So it's kind of like, yeah, looks like somebody knew beforehand. And again, surprisingly, it's interesting. It's not more of a whip than that, but 9 million barrel difference. Holy crap, that's a big miss. That's a big miss. Wow. Good thing we're releasing all this, strategic oil reserve. I guess it's making a difference. Wow. Look at that. Right again, we had this one for we were down 8 million. Again, that was an 11 million difference, but um, yeah, this is a big one. Woo! Crazy. Man, I said spicy with euro, but maybe I should have been saying spicy with oil. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And look, it's funny. The 15-minute candle, look, it's straight up. So, question is, can we tag the top of this zone? Because then again, if you had taken this with Nadex, it's still a good trade, right? Because you don't have that stop loss. So, yeah, look at this. 9 million barrels in prices. It did a little pullback and is now, when it started, it was here. It's technically a green candle, so it's up from where the news came in. Gotta love it. Russell, let's check out Russell. So Russell, I drew where the target was. God, we're so close. And again, if this was straight, I didn't hit it. I was super close though. Really, really close. Right. Price bar 1 7. Oh, it is leveled out. Yeah, look at that. Look how close I missed it by. I do think there's a short up here in the Russell as well. I think as we start to hear more language and talk of yeah, inflation's horrible. It's unacceptably high. They've allowed it to get unacceptably high. Again, I mentioned this earlier today that Biden says that he's confident in the Fed. And can the Fed do their job? Sure, eventually, but at what cost is my question. And why is it taking this long when industry experts and people like Billard have said, nope, we need to get ahead of this now before it gets too bad. Um, I don't know. I'm interested to hear what if he actually had. His statement is out now. I'm interested to hear what his speech is. I hope it's just not all about cook, cook, cook. Like I'm excited that she's in, but I'm kind of excited what they need to do with the economy, and I'm still confused. Why are we talking about building new oil infrastructure versus alternative therapy? Alternative, energy. Um, you know, Congress is passing $40 billion more to the Ukraine, but yet it's acceptable that the average Joe is paying twice for their groceries and twice what they paid for gas, a year ago. So yeah. Um, and again, if you guys think I'm joking too, by the way, if you guys caught the end of the Nadex presentation, when you guys have your annual, every year, for people with jobs, every year how you meet with your boss and you do like an annual review and they talk about what kind of raise they're giving you for the next year, right? Absolutely ask them, how come I'm not getting an 8% raise? Inflation is up 8% over last year. That's the cost of living. It's cost us 8% more to live. Why are you only giving me two? Am I not important to you? Do you not love me? And see what they have to say. So I'm not responsible if anybody gets fired. Just gonna say it right now. So all right. Oh, by the way, um, it's still green. So it needs to break 105.70. So we'll see. But it's up actually, it's up 5.5%. So the news candle is giving us the green. Look, and it's now at highs. Oh my God, this is hysterical. Look at that. It's almost no wick at the top. Been 4 minutes and it's driving. It's higher. It's everybody trying to short right now, getting stopped out is what it is. So all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing for today. So we got 8 people in. We got 19 tickets. I'm not even going to say, we kind of know who, is stacking it in there. Neuro is getting aggressive, right? He's doing some aggressive negotiations here. Um, Going in big. Again, he's using the chips, but he's parlaying his bets from the dealer, right? He's using his winnings to fund the next one to get the bigger payout at the end of the day. Um, he's playing it like a champ. He told me that he's going to have $9.97, his online course about how to win pip chips. I feel like he's crushing it. He's got it. He's got it down. So let's close it down and let's see if Neuro. And again, if Neuro doesn't take it, again, this is again statistics. Neuro should take it, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So over 50% chance. Does it mean that it's guaranteed? Yeah, take it to Udemy, right? Is it guaranteed? No. It's basically 50-50 that Neuro wins. It's the combined effort of the many to stop this is like society, right? You got the rich guy and then you got everybody else. Right? So let's see if everybody else wins today or if Neuro takes another one with statistics. Winner of today's drawing is Neuro. Yeah. He had what? A 52% chance. So yeah. I said 55. My rounding was off a little bit. But yeah, right. So it resets leaderboard. Neuro, Debbie, you better watch out because Neuro is again. That's his third win in a row. Look at this. He's pulling away from Ernest and Debbie. He's creeping in here. So all hell, the man down under. Neuro. Yeah, yeah, pretty crazy. So all right, so that's it for today. Yeah, monstrous number in oil. And again, it just goes to show you, like, I mean, we're back at 105 a gallon. We were down at 100 2 days ago, and we're putting up $9 million differences in supply. Um, we'll see. Look at oh god, look at this federal balance. Look at the balance sheet. We'll see if that's if that's actually true. And then again, I'm curious to see what Biden says. If this is just going to be the cook. We got that. Um, cook, or if they're going to talk about what he's going to do. Again, now he's saying this is all the Fed's fault. It's the Fed's fault, but he affirmed and put people in the Fed. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, tomorrow morning, don't forget, this is very, very important. Again, last little thing in here. PPI tomorrow is also another one of those big gauges of inflation. We're obviously off today. The market's going to prepare for it. You can see that when they miss big. So he does, if we call it speaking, right? Um, you know, set to soften. Yeah, I don't know. They're both up. We'll see. But watch this tomorrow. Again, right now, my sentiment is go long before it comes out, and then look for the retracement afterwards. Kind of played out really well today, and again, particularly in the dollar yen. So, with that said, I'm out of here. You guys have a great trading day today, and I will catch you tomorrow. Take care.